Hey, it's Alex here. Just here with my son Emmett. I just wanted to upload a little personal video to sandwich break over a video I was watching on YouTube. Found it. It was posted about 8 hours ago. Title of it is "Trump Wins Over Democrat and Independent Voters." I think that's a interesting title.
Reporting for Infowars.com.
She just goes into things. This first guy's pretty suspicious. Point out a flaw that he does right here. Hold on.
To the Republican Party in order to vote for Donald Trump.
I've always been an independent, and
now if we pause it right there, you can hear the guy say, "I've always been a independent." It sounded an awful lot like you're trying to say, you know, I've always been a Republican. That's a little bit of a slip there. You think they would edit that out. But I mean, most Trump supporters wouldn't be intelligent enough to catch that right there. And there's a couple other things. Let's continue.
I'm for Trump.
So you switched.
Other than seeming awkwardly enough looking at the camera.
I switched for Trump.
I used to be a Democrat, but you vote them in and nothing gets done, and I want change, and
Let's pause right here. She said she wants change because apparently the Democratic Party hasn't given enough change. And right now, I'm not too happy with the Democratic Party. I guess I consider myself a liberal, but I'm really not too happy with the Democratic Party with the way Bernie Sanders was treated. I really didn't appreciate that. But I think it's funny how she says change. You know, which party's known for change? I mean, let's look at Obama, whether you like him or not. Let's look at some of the policies that he's changed. I mean, he introduced the gay rights, a lot of advancements to the gay rights bill, and I think it's equality, equal marriage rights for gay people. I think that was really awesome. That's a big change for this community socially. Not a lot of people consider the gay community, but I mean, it is a community and it is a big part of this country. So I really feel that, he did a lot for the gay community. He tried to implement, the Healthcare Act. I think he should have just went single payer and not played ball with the Republicans because, they don't want to play ball anyways. So, but, I can go on about how many people introduced change. And I think it's really funny because not a lot of people, in the Republican Party have introduced bills that have changed. A lot of them are conservatives. A lot of them are conservatives, and that's the whole definition of being a conservative is to, conserve, keep the same policies in place, not introducing any really new policies unless they protect the old policies. So I think that's awful funny how she thinks that the Republican Party is what stands for change. I'm pretty sure all these people were Republicans who were paid by Trump to say all this stuff. So, yep, there's Emmett. So, let's continue on with this.
One for the change maker.
Change
I'm a
maker.
Democrat, now I'm libertarian, and I'm here because the way I want.
He's a Democrat and a libertarian. How are you a Democrat and a libertarian at the same time? And there's two issues I have with what this guy says. I think it's awful funny, he's a libertarian and a Democrat. What does that mean exactly? I know libertarians, if anything, were more moderate than, conservatives. What's wrong, buddy? But that doesn't make sense to me. He's just here because his wife's making him come. That sounds like a Republican. Usually Democratic males are fairly involved with their politics.
Me to be here. I'm here for Donald Trump because I can't.
You have all right. So right here's the first African American guy, and not that it matters, but he's a pretty dark African American. So, the way he reacts to the camera here is kind of odd because he's backing away.
Committee chairperson in my neighborhood.
He's backing away from the camera like he's being trapped. It seems like he's being pinned up against the corner and he wants to escape, and that's awful funny.
But I cannot vote for Hillary Clinton. Well,
and it immediately shows a African American woman who they put the mic in her face, and she immediately backs up and pushes the mic away as if she's being assaulted with it. It's funny because the microphone's actually well into her personal space, which is not a good. I mean, why are they treating the two African Americans? They got a male and a female. They're treating them very different than the way all the white people were acting. All the white people were just standing still, looking into the camera, and they're shoving microphones in this woman's face, and the African American male seemed like he was afraid. So I thought that was pretty funny, and I should point that out.
But I don't want to vote for Hillary because she's a big liar and she won't fight for our country. And Trump will.
See, and that's the whole thing is like, you won't vote for Hillary because she won't fight for this country, but Trump will. I don't know what he's fighting for exactly. He's fighting not for Americans because, Americans have rights, and you can't say that all Muslims are unfit to be U.S. citizens. Like, even if you were born here and you converted to the Muslim Islamic faith, or if your parents were Islamic and you by birth were Islamic, I mean, you're U.S. citizens, and you're saying they're unfit to be U.S. citizens. You're saying U.S. citizens are unfit to be U.S. citizens. Hitler said that the Jews were unfit to be German citizens. So that's awful funny how you put that out there. Just want to say that. If you want to vote for somebody who's not Donald Trump, then why don't you vote for Gary Johnson? Like, if all you were Democrats who were coming over to the Republican side, I mean, and that one guy was a libertarian. Why aren't they saying anything about Gary Johnson? You know what I mean? Gary Johnson, he's still a libertarian. Yes, he has some flawed views, but he's more ideal candidate than Trump is. And these people are still just going off, and Trump will change this. Yeah, he'll definitely change this country. I guarantee you that. Whether it's going to be a positive outcome, I'm going to give you a 10% chance on that's going to become a positive outcome. I don't see that going very far at all, Trump presidency.
I'm just glad we're getting someone in here that's going to do what he says he's going to.
And he's going to do what he says he's going to do. God help us if he does what he says he's going to do. God help us. Because let's just look at the rights department here. How many rights are going to be taken away from how many people? A lot of people, especially a lot of immigrants who are in the process right now. They're on visas, but illegal immigrants, they're on their visas working, and you're saying, make them leave. Only U.S. citizens, and they're paying taxes. They're paying U.S. taxes. But that's a whole different topic. But really, Trump presidency?
For Donald Trump. I am, yes. What party were you affiliated with? I was in my mid-30s to early 40s. I was voting as a Democrat. What made you switch? I really love this country, and the Democrats are doing us absolutely no service. They just tax the job creators, and rather than...
You want to talk about taxing job creators. You look at Mr. Trump, and giving tax breaks to the rich is one of his big ideas. And that's just as deadly and just as harmful as taxing job creators and taxing employers and stuff like that. Because, we have a work industry, we have unions, we have other things that, taxes pay for. And this is, whatever, dude.
helping our country. They're taxing the job creators.
100% Donald Trump. I don't care about the Republicans.
This is the only guy I actually believe.
To be honest with you, Trump 100%.
And what did you vote in the past?
Barack twice. First time I could vote was 2008.
So what made you switch over?
I don't trust the Democratic Party or the Republican one for that matter. I probably would have voted if Trump wasn't running, but seems like a cool dude. Knows what he's talking about. I can get behind it.
I'm nonpartisan. I'm into.
See, that's the only guy I believe is his ignorance and how Donald Trump says the right things. Apparently, even after everything, every media outlet has been blasting him for his rhetoric and his propaganda. Somehow he's saying the right things, and which doesn't make sense to me at all. No.
I'm voting for Donald Trump because I need a
Let's fast forward through it. Let's fast forward into it. I couldn't get past the first section without making a video about it. I was so put off about it. But yeah, let's go through a couple more and then I'm going to finish up. Wait for my internet to catch up.
About Donald. I just think he's going to change. Democrats not doing it, so I changed. So did you vote for Obama?
Affirmative.
Did you vote for Bill Clinton?
Affirmative.
How do you feel about having voted for Bill Clinton?
It was so-so, and same with Obama. It was really not that good, you know, but it is what it is. We make mistakes and we learn from them. We get wiser and older and pay more attention. You know,
And I'm pretty sure you get wiser and older. I'm pretty sure, you know, voting for Trump because apparently Obama did such a terrible job that you're voting for Trump now, which I don't understand how terrible. I don't care what president you are. If apparently you do such a terrible job that Trump looks like a good candidate. I mean, you must have done something wrong at least. I guess so. So it's
40 years
weird
old, so
seeing that.
everything is just hitting me. Things that's going to affect me, my son who's graduated out of college, and my 15-year-old daughter coming up. So things that's really going to affect them. So now it's time for me to step up and really.
So you're excited about your kids being able to get jobs and those opportunities that don't.
And I want to finish off with, you know, you want your kids to get good jobs and opportunities, and a kid in college right now, how much debt is he going to come out of in college? That's what I want to leave you with that. Think about it. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. You can go ahead and hit the subscribe. I doubt any of you will, but feel free. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.